team from Game Square. I'm really glad to see Jason Lake continuing to give all of that success to Complexity and letting this side thrive, especially because when the acquisition came through, there was question marks because it is a direct conflict of interest. Is it going to be FaZe, the team that FaZe will stay on with the Game Square merger? Is it going to be Complexity? How do they work it? Now we get both. We get two top-level Tier 1 teams playing at that kind of international tournaments time and time again. But ladies and gents, it looks like we are getting ready to go. Complexity going to be starting on that T side. Elevate starting on the CT side. Is the America's RMR B stream underway, our first best of one to kickstart things.
Yeah, mate, I can't wait for this to kick off. This is, well, I mean, for Elevate, it's been months and weeks in the making. Complexity the same as well. They want to try and, well, bounce back off the back of a rocky start to the year. But as you mentioned, start of the year, don't worry about it. It's all good. Looks like we are just going to be paused for a brief moment. There we go. Just so I mentioned it. It gets on pause. Util on both sides. We are going to be seeing this pistol round, and oh, look at the direction that Complexity are facing. This looks like the easiest B rush I've ever seen in my entire life. Anything spicy on the pistol front? Nah, just the Glocks. No Julies yet. We'll be waiting to see those in a few rounds further. Here we go. Underway.
Julie's on there. He's picked a pair up.
Oh, he has got one.
Yeah, he's
chilling.
There we go. So far, though, Complexity, big asks of them. Starting off this best of one strong is the push.
Oh, this is Aggie.
Yeah, Shane gonna get him nice and close there. Might catch one off guard. Never catching JT. Will clip him, drop down. Dare for the trade to level the playing field. But Liege now gonna pounce. Jumping in towards the site as all MBG under a lot of pressure. Down he'll go. But all goes the way of Elevate. Snav and Dare combine on the site and close things down. Complexity try to pop B and they get caught.
Yeah, it's the Julies buff. That's what it is. They got so aggro when it came over towards ramp, just trying to get aggressive up in the face of Complexity, and it did work. But it gave Complexity a little bit of a barrier to be able to just go, oh, okay, well, that's blocked off. Let's push out onto the site. Didn't work out in their favor, MBG, not good for any, but I mean, when Dare's just hitting headshot after headshot, there's not really much can really be said. First round on the board for the CC side. Let's see if they can replicate it. Again, 4 on the board for Dare, and with the M4 in hand, it's not going to be the first face they see as of yet as it begins to rotate. Smoke, plumes, now here comes the push. Shane. Trying to open it up, but Dare, no, manages to find a couple more kills here as well. This is just eco-frag after eco-frag here. Snav, so much money in the bank off the back of that MP9.
Yeah, very, very simple, all things considered. Elevate making this look easy. Of course, you see the odds and they're favorable towards Complexity, but overall, Elevate, this has been a really strong start, and you've got to hold that caveat above every single game here. Best of ones can be a coin flip at times. Whoever comes out the gate quickest can gain a lot of momentum. That's what we're feeling. Elevate, so far, so good.
One thing we didn't mention as well is the fact that with this Wisp bracket, it's kind of no holds barred. No. If you go X and 2, you lose 2 games at all during this, you're gone. GG, you're going home. You're out of Monterrey. Let's see what people can find inside of mid. Absolutely bodies a lead with the backup there from Dare as he was cool, lacking just a little bit. Snav looking for an aggressive angle over towards lane as well. Nothing to be found as of yet. Floppy, oh, hands off his keyboard.
Right now, so far, so slow. Oh, I think this is looking of a technical nature, maybe.
Damage has been done in the round. I don't think anything can happen.
You can't. Rules are rules. So Holzer are going to try and bail them out. Shane up close with an MP9. Holzer.
I love this stack.
Waiting for the opportunity. Double stack in through ramp. One round the corner as well to support Holzer. The swing is good. The find is good. Shane will drop. Levels the playing field 4v4. And the weaponry better speaking over towards Elevator. No need to panic just yet.
Peeping. Head ripped clean off his shoulders by Grim inside of mid. And now we're going to be seeing a little bit more aggression here from Snav, who did just leave his teammate to fall to the wayside. Floppy taken down. Now on this 3 versus 3. Weapon advantage firmly to the way of Complexity right now. Snav kind of in no man's land as he's just trying to pick up the pieces here. Looks to recover a weapon. Does indeed do so. Dare as the bomb gets planted by Hulzerk. Looking to execute over towards CT. MBG backing up his teammate. Grim needs to be good for both here. To make this a clean round for Complexity. Are they going to be able to clear it? MBG, basically human flashbang at that point. But JT comes out as well to take down the rotating Dare. And Complexity get themselves on the board.
Do you know as well, very important because Floppy was non-existent in that round.
Yeah,
bar, you know, basically because of the technical issue. He dies, but he's actually a bit of a human flashbang. Gains a bit of information of that flank, pushing through ramp. So it's something to work with. For now, though, we will just slow things down. Technical issue. course, that means no chatting, fellas. Keep it zipped for now in these tech pauses. The rules are rules. Hopefully, Floppy can be fixed and we can get back underway. Good response. Basically playing
really
a man
good
disadvantage, and they make things work in their favor.
Really clean. What sort of reaction do we need to see now from the CT side? Of course, they gain quite a lot of econ, right?
I don't think it's too much of a worry here. You know, that was a bonus buy. They're coming in with MP9. It's not too much to stress about. They made it a little bit expensive. Couple of kills coming through. Nothing too problematic. Now they're going to have rifles to work with. I don't think they're going to be too problematic. They could even, if they wanted to, squeeze out an AWP here. I'm not too sure whether that's the play, but we'll wait and see.
Little smirk on MBG's face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like he's rocking Dia's shirt as well.
I was about to say, that is not his shirt.
All right, we have been given word we should be going back on the way in a moment. Of course, the players are out in Monterrey, Mexico.
Lovely and warm out there, I've heard.
Yeah.
A little bit nicer than over here. We're in Bucharest, Romania, but bloody hell, it's a lovely city, isn't it?
It
We've been here
is.
for a couple of days now.
I was told it's been cold. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say, Yumi was like, "Oh mate, wrap up," and I was like, "Okay, I'll bring a big jacket. I didn't bring one for Copenhagen. I don't want to mess that up again." And then he's like, "Oh, it's like UK weather. It's
13,
fine,
14 degrees. It's all right. It's not actually too bad. Not too bad. Hopefully, should be back on the way in a second. Looking
How warm
at the
do you
response.
think it is in Ancient?
I mean, it's
Tropical.
It's basically the same temperature as Monterrey. So probably exactly the same as what it is there now.
Probably.
For now, though, we will wait and get back on the way in a second. We're looking at this response coming out of the Elevate side. Of course, for them in this tournament, there is expectations to maybe do something. Recently, performances have actually looked quite good for them. Qualified to Blast Showdown, of course, which is good for Elevate. A side who, for a long time, have kind of been in that upper echelon of the domestic scene, but maybe not got as much international experience under their belt.
It's
important.
MBG playing with them during that event. Who was it they brought in? Because Dia also can't make that one, right?
Yeah, they have gone for another change as well. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who they're actually
I believe
playing
it's a
with.
German player, but I can't.
Yeah, I know Dia can't make that one either. Apparently he's lost his
Stolen
passport.
passport.
Yeah. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. It's probably not the easiest thing to reacquire either. So yeah, you know, you hate to see it.
Want to lose.
Yeah, you can't really air tag that thing. So yeah, you know, hate to see it. Hopefully he could get it. I mean, I feel like they've kind of already committed now for Blast Spring Showdown. It's only around the corner.
Like they've got Russell Lux and stuff, right? So.
But maybe in the future. I mean, it seems like at the moment, this Elevate side are actually doing really well in terms of the qualifications. They're going very far in terms of a lot of these open and closed quals. They're pushing a lot of the upper brass in that region quite decently far in some of these games. You know, big wins over teams like Wildcard, who are up there in terms of that top level, of course, led by Stanislaw. They're taking out NRG on what seems like a regular basis at the moment. I think where we had some of these orgs come in, especially like NRG, it felt like maybe things were going to be quite top heavy, where none of these maybe slightly smaller or slightly more unknown on an international level squads wouldn't get the opportunity. But hey, credit to them. These guys have been grinding out and playing well. And they got lands. 2 lands back-to-back under their belt. No complaints. Let's take a look at the replay. It started quite well, actually. Peeping. Nice aggro down mid. The flash didn't catch him. Yeah. Floppy did die into his cubby, but he was, I mean, he was completely basically AFK
there. That was
there.
a 3-kill on Floppy. Yeah. That was a shame. But Complexity still managed to convert the round, which is the most important thing. Oh, Neo, we're back! Let's go! Floppy's back into the server. Complexity trying to get a lot more mid-control. This is a lot different from what we've seen the first 2 rounds. Of course, one was a pistol, so chalk that one up as much as you will. But Elevate usually getting a bit more mid-control than what we're seeing here. A lot of smokes being committed. Donut completely smoked off. Red Room the same also. Peeping does have to fall back towards CT. He can't deal with it. Doesn't want to deal with the AK of Eliege, which is just about to come around the corner. I think he spotted him, but Peeping lucky to escape with his life right now. This is Complexity's map at this current point.
Yeah, slowing things down. 1 minute 10 to work with. I mean, as we said, they're wielding the green. That Dia wasn't able to bring with him. Swing on the corner, will cast the but there goes down, but MBG answer back. Floppy out-traded. But Eli's going to try and close down the gap coming through Donut. It's a double push as Grim has the support. Now they've got the sight and a smoke and an aid to come through towards CT. Should allow for a safe plant. This retake's not going to be easy, but the numbers remain level.
MBG most likely going to be playing the Ench contact here. The human flashbang on 12 HP. Oh, that timing could have been absolutely dreadful, but it wasn't, as Hulzerk, he just simply don't miss those. Snap going to get taken down as well, and now Shane, MP9 in tow. Smoke now fading. Needs to retake this site as quick as possible. Head ripped off the shoulders of Eliege. Going to be looking for that final frag also on JT in this 1 versus 1. Weapon advantage going towards JT as well, though. He's tapped the bomb at least once, knows that he's going to be on the site. Can he find this kill? AK versus AK now as he hunts around the donut, doesn't check the angle, and JT is going to be good for that kill onto Shane. 2-2 now, Complexity completely wiping the slate clean. Bring this level.
Yeah, difficult for Shane there as well. Tapping towards the bomb. The expectation that he's playing through main, but it's a nice little crack angle in through donut. Simple, effective. And that will now bring a lot of that momentum. A lot of the wind in the sails in the favor of Complexity. Money broken over towards Elevate. They're just going to go in towards that lower buy. Bit of an eco here. Potentially a bit of a stack over towards that B site. Is where they sort of default to. Complexity. Good response off the back of a lost pistol and a force off the back of it. And now started to gain some decent control.
He's got Zeus. Come on, first game Americas. This is what I want to see. This is quite aggressive MBG though. Just looking for the info here. Dare as the backup. Util just completely expunged on this B-bomb site. This looks completely free for Complexity. Elevate are just going to be relocating themselves, going together as a 5 once that bomb is now down.
May as well give it a go.
Yeah.
Only got pistols. It's not exactly like you've invested all too much to be worried about. A couple of upgrades. If they can pick up a rifle and keep it alive into the next second AK, you take that all the way to the bank and back, but probably the expectation here is that it's not going to be the case. 1 or 2 would be great. Probably not going to happen though. They get a mopped up. Grim going to make it a double. Horzo gets the first, and now they can 1 by 1 be dropped like dominoes. Just a couple left. Shen and Peeping look for anything, and they're given nothing.
Oh, Peeping. Little sneak. He's just trying to run him down. He's like, Grim, I'm coming for you. I'm going to grab you. Not going to be the case. And, well, he is just going to be the sacrificial lamb. Falls to the bomb as well as Complexity now take the lead. And that money starts to build up. Not losing a single soul there. Making, well, I suppose against pistols, pretty damn easy. This is what we expect from Complexity. Those first 2 rounds, don't worry about those. Clean, collective, tactical. Ensuring that they're not losing any silly frags here and there.
Yeah, it's calm. It's level-headed at the moment as well. Elevate. Need to see something out of these rifle rounds. They've not offered up a huge amount thus far. Against those ecos and half-buys, there was a conversation to be had. Against the rifles, so far, not so good. Mid-control going to be taken by Elevate here. Molotov and a smoke to come down to keep them at bay. And Complexity opting not to test in towards elbow. I don't mind this decision, but it's a risk. You've got no shelf control, no mid-control. So this A pop, sooner or later, is going to be figured out. And MBG going to stick up close here. Got the right idea. Shadow spotted. Molotov comes down. Sticking up close for 1, 2, 3. MBG lines them up and drops them down. Elevate for already leveling things in their favor, surely now from a 5 versus 2. Unlosable, you would say.
You've gone and said it now, haven't you? Dear Lord, MBG. Super sub in this round, at least. Timing on the molly was perfect. No hesitancy there. What can Complexity do? I mean, they do still have bomb control. Still on the back of JT. A universe, they can get that bomb planted. Leeds reveals himself inside of mid as they position themselves back towards that A-bomb site. Once again, they can find at least one random, clean bullet onto the head to be able to open up this A-bomb site, then maybe. But this isn't aggressive at all. This is almost positioning for, let's just hold back and save these rifles, but
I think a lot of this comes down to whether there's an overextension for Elevate. If somebody goes, you know, prodding in towards main, maybe they can make something work. Yeah, a lot of this, though, if they want any sort of a chance, it felt like Elijah had to find a kill a lot earlier. But the bomb on the back of JT, it looks like they will conclude the round. Super standard MBG with 3 kills to name. Molotov for the first, and he sprays down the other 2 as well. One of the real kind of talking points about the changes from Go to CS2 with this map specifically, it's so easy to get a lot of A main information because of those shadows. It's all MBG had to hold for. And that'll be that. All tied square. 3. For Elevate now as they level things, and just as we were calling upon them to do something on the gun round, that's exactly what they answer with.
Yeah, incredibly clean. I mean, there was a thought in the back of my mind is like, oh, he's going to get overwhelmed here. Like, this just isn't going to work out in MBG's favour. But, hey, proves me wrong. We're going to be seeing it here again. Yeah, a little bit of a shadow. Molly goes down. He's like, don't worry, lads. I've got this one all under control. Takes down the 3. And that ends the round. 20 seconds in, basically. It's like, okay, cool. Put your feet up. Go make yourself coffee.
The thing is, as well, for Complexity, even if they managed to find their BG, there's 2 more players around the corner. They would have been in trouble nonetheless. And this is where maybe not even testing elbow or not even looking towards shelf leaves you a little vulnerable. They were able to go for that stack and it worked well. And again, they'll slow things down, Complexity out the gates here, but they're peering up towards ramp. They're going to play a contact play into Liege to lead the charge, and Liege to find the first. Great find, and a Molotov on the corner as well. Give them space and assurance over the site, and snap double Molotovs out. Yes. Already, Complexity getting so much control, and Elevate forcing a tough retake.
Yeah, Molly's just been deployed absolutely everywhere, pumping the brakes on Elevate. Not going to allow them to get into any position. Oh, he wasn't expecting him there, but oh, it was a laboured spray, but Grim does manage to come out on top. Elevate now, running away. Just going to be saving these. Grim could be good for a couple, but unfortunately not. It's the overwhelming firepower there. I mean, there is... Grim is probably the only person that they really want to be losing here, but looks like they are going to be going hunting. I wouldn't on this econ, but fair enough. I respect it. Really want to make sure these AKs are ripped out of their clutches. Bomb. Now exploded. Everyone's fine. Don't worry about it. 4 faces 3, but... AKs are saved.
Yeah, there's silver linings both ways. I think for Elevate, who immediately get shut down there, having a couple of AKs to work with is a bit of a silver lining. But all things considered, nice response from Complexity. Back and forth Counter-Strike so far. And a good call out of JT as well. Contact play out ramp. There was no smoke or no molly towards doors. So they may as well play up close and see how much mileage they can get. And of course, goes without saying, Elige kick-starting things well. Nice swing and a find, and that's the sight and basically the round in a matter of moments.
Yeah, Snav really needs to find that opening kill for them to have a say in it. He going up against Elige, it's a difficult one to find for sure. Elevate once again gaining this mid control. Looks like Complexity almost just handing it to them round after round now. Realise they don't need it. Dare opens that kill onto the IGL of Complexity. MBG. Solo holding this time over on the A-bomb site. Is he still going to be good for his 3 kills that he got previous? Let's wait and see. Right now, Dare going to get tagged down slightly. The rotate's now coming down round from mid, but the Molotovs slowing them down. They have an inkling that Elige is behind them, but he hasn't activated as of yet.
It's timing.
Yeah, Util is just being thrown left, right, and centre as well. Oh, he's just waiting for the steps inside mid. Snav now going to be executing out onto the bomb site, but the Molotovs again just holding them back. Grim just trying to draw as much attention as possible. Elige now bringing up from behind. MPG from CT Spawn picking up Grim.
Okay, Elige boosted up. Oh,
finds
nice
one.
Sticking on it. Elige going to find one more. Elige adding even more to the tally as Floppy will close it out just when they needed a hero. Superman himself stands up to the task. And Elige, that was looking a little dicey and a little uncomfortable. And the man, the myth, will close things out. Floppy to mop up the final remnants of Elevate in that one. But Elige upon high needed a miracle and finds 4.
Exactly what you needed from him. It was either going to be contacts inside of mid or it was just going to be that late lurk round from A. Was always going to have an impact in the round. Just, well, where did it come from? But 4 kills. Even that's more than what we were expecting. Pistol buy up now from Elevate as they are now 2 rounds in a deficit. But they're upgrades. There's a world that he can still do some damage here. And with Dare on this close angle, not really looking to fall off anytime soon. Double nade.
Would have been heard as
on the wrong angle. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure they know he's here. They don't need to test him here.
JT's holding it. He has an inkling.
And now, what goes a little quiet? Pumping the brakes, Complexity. On the corner.
Dangerous.
Also posted. 5-7 lurking, looking for a fight. And actually, as he crosses, he gets 1. 5-7 on close. Ooh. 1. Make that 2 for Dare. 5-7 one-tap headshot at close range. And Dare showing why. Grim will answer back, and Holzerg making sure to level things out here. Now they're going to go for a rotate. They've got good timing. In through Donut, they should get the site. All they have to worry about is Temple.
Oh, peeping. Yeah, he's about to jump out of it as well. Find Grim, he does. God, these pistols being so damaging to Complexity right now. Floppy just needs to stick this bomb. Taps it once, waits for the swing. No one to be found as of yet. Halzer getting busy inside of mid, up against the AK. Finds it with the final bullet in the AWP. Now it's just back down to the pistols. Much harder for Elevate to be able to continue this one. No util to speak of from that CT side either, so it's just got to be dry peeked into a very strong AWPer. And with Floppy there to back it up also, oh, it doesn't even matter. It's all going to be Halzer. He finds those 4 kills. An incredibly influential one that he found inside of Cave as well. Finding Dare and ensuring that no additional ground was laid there. Ensure that they can just go easily through mid, out towards Donut and onto that A-bomb site. And eventually secure the round for Complexity.
Yeah, a couple of I guess, consolation kills for the Elevate side. They can take a couple of silver linings, but I think fundamentally we're already getting to a point now. It's 6 rounds on the T side. Complexity have guaranteed at the bare minimum it's going to be a tied game. And the way they're playing, we expect that to be pushed even further forward. Minimum 7, if not more. Heading in towards Elevate. Could be in trouble here. The flash is good. Peeping. His own flash popped off of Cave. Will catch Challenge, but Grim Alliance are back in response. Also, a deep flash from him to support that mid push. For the first time they're taking elbow control, but Snav lines it up. Grim will fall. He's forced back with a Molotov, but already Elevate forcing Complexity to pump the brakes themselves, which they didn't want to do.
Yeah, Floppy almost just not wanting to do the brakes, just not wanting to pump them, just being like, no, don't worry guys, I'm just going to push out onto the B-bomb site from my frags, and gets, well, a barrage of bullets fired at him, and changes his mind. It's like, you know what, maybe you guys know what you're talking about. There is that man advantage going towards Elevate right now. Still trying to find information inside of mid. That's the main crux right now. Complexity have little to no information other than the fact there's an M4 over on that B-bomb site, and well, there's the M4 over on that B-bomb site. It's Floppy gains a not so nice introduction to it. Snav going to go for the swing as well. Wildcard, uncharacteristic miss from him. Off the back of the Ferrari peak from Snav. Nothing lost, nothing gained. Other than information for Elevate. JT looking to be the first point of contact. Shane off angle held, waiting for them to swing out onto the bomb site. 30 seconds on the clock. We need to see a push here. Needs to happen. Molly goes down to be able to stop them, but Smoke in retaliation. And that's either a rotate through mid and get yourself over towards that A site, or looks like we're saving this up in an AK.
Yeah, time ticking. Yeah,
no time now. They have to either commit to the B-bomb site or just stay inside of Cave. Oh, Snav's been so clean with this M4 in this round. Managed to take down Wildcard. JT takes a lot of damage. They are just going to crunch on him. So many angles for him to be able to cover, and Snav once again finding another kill. This is round after round after round. We've got 4 Ks from individual players.
Yeah, so far, so good. Good response as well. I'm loving that contact play coming through down ramp. Getting a lot of early information. Even if he dies there, you can actually take a lot of positives away from it. It's going to force Complexity into a timeout, an opportunity for TC to have a conversation with the lads. I think probably, that's what I was saying, needed. Him and JT combine. Money not exactly bountiful over towards the T side. So they might even be playing here for a final round 7-5, which doesn't exactly fill you with joy. Complexity have been made to work for this game so far. And we kind of question what we were going to see out of Elevate, but everybody in their own way, stepping up. MBG, question marks, reservations about the stand-in. You know, someone who didn't perform that well when he was in this team, statistically speaking, was, you know, one of the weaker players. But, hey, man, he's had his moments as well.
Yeah,
was A site. He really has stepped on the big way. And Snav, talk about leading for example, right? The IGL really finding a lot of form deep down ramp there. Really causing a lot of a ruckus towards Complexity. They just didn't even expect the brazenness, the confidence to go for that sort of peak. And my God, did it work.
Couple of slower pickups on both sides. Floppy only got 2 frags. Shane only got 1 to his name so far, but still early doors. Only 11 rounds deep.
Gone for a force here as well, right?
Yeah,
so you got triple Galil. AK coming out as well. Spam's not exactly far either as well. Shane fluffs his lines and Floppy will punish. Looking for 2, and the Galil is pretty damn close. Might go for a swinger release. Gets a tag, gets 1 of his own. And JT with that pistol making it work wonders up close and personal. Now it's getting a little risque. And Elevate, it's not looking good. Snav, the only call he's making is to save in this one. As Complexity make it 7. We said, are they going to buy for the last? They choose to do it now. And they catch Elevate sleeping.
That's an incredibly strong performance from Complexity. Ensuring that your timeout guarantees a round. That was the most convincing round we've seen from them so far. That B execute was perfect. They knew the timings. They've learned where Elevate begin to play. And managed to just punish these small little mistakes that we're seeing from Elevate.
Yeah, quite brazen there as well. Elevate. 2 players pushing through smokes out of CT. Definitely a question mark to be had in terms of the hastiness for a retake. I feel like when you're in these situations, you know Complexity are going for a force. Yeah. You know you kind of shatter that econ, at least to a decent degree at the tail end of that previous round. So you know that in post-spawns, the Utah's going to be quite thin. And the best way to play there for Elevate, obviously, it's so easy to say with the benefit of hindsight, was just to pump the brakes a little bit, wait for that CT smoke to fade, and then use your wealthy Utah on a retake. Something Complexity didn't have the luxury of But
I did not see the bomb go down on A, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was a big plant.
yeah, it was all a ruse. It was all a ruse. And that's the thing. That's where, for a side like Elevate, maybe you just need to slow things down. Basically, they need to recollect their thoughts. What was actually happening? And they're going to call for a pause of their own. I don't mind this at all. No. I feel like it is something that is needed for the team. A good opportunity as well. Just have to have a little conversation with the team. They're not doing bad by any means. This is a map which is traditionally, at the moment, seen as, even though statistically not the same, it feels T-sided. It's one of those ones where you get a lot of space. Of course, they made those changes probably about 6 months ago now, actually, off the top of my head. But where they moved those T-side spawns a little bit further and they moved the CT spawns a little bit back. So it meant that you actually can fight in towards elbow if you want, which you've only seen Cloak to do once, in all fairness. It's a one round in which they won as well, coming through mid.
Yeah, look over towards CT. This is where it gets just a little bit messy. MBG just swinging through the smoke and they're doing the same as well. A little bit more of a collective approach probably would have been better there, but I mean, obviously it didn't matter because the bomb was implanted on the big bomb site. It was just fragging. It was just a DM server over there. But
yeah, exactly, and that's where pumping the brakes, they would have realized, hang on, it's not even here, right? And then they would have realized we've got a numbers advantage retake over the other site. Slowing things down, that's what we're trying to say. Or Duality looking for the duo here as Horzerg going to try and play up close. No one in the corner in towards Cubby. Might get a chance at long though.
Shane's terrifying.
Surely a FAMAS is not the right idea. JT gonna find one of there in Cubby on the spam. Down he goes and Horzerg stays posted for a mere moment before Shane gonna try and flash himself in. Good idea, but he could be in better trouble. Now that Molotov will keep MyState out in towards Cubby, but he will get traded immediately. Floppy finds one in response. Bomb gonna go down planted safe, and JT makes it too. Can he double it down? Of course he can. Never question the man himself, and MBG left in a lonesome retake of a 1v4. No chance. Complexity looking surefire to lock in A.
Yeah, standing, got to stand up in this round. Really got to be a strong performance. Takes down JT, but still 3 more to find, and flanked by Floppy. It's an 8th round for Complexity. Very strong performance from them. And I mean, wow, it's Grim and Snav leading from the front on the frags right now.
Yeah, a couple of question marks about Shane as well. He's somebody for me who, I've done a decent amount of NA casting recently. He's looked really solid on the rifle. He's really at his moment. Somebody who's been statistically also a very good player for this side as well, but looking a little rough around the edge, just a little shaky at the moment.
This is where the experience starts coming into play for Complexity, because they don't have almost this oh damn, we're at a big land, we need to be we need to make sure we're on top, oh my god, I'm getting nervous. They don't have that. They've been in this position time and time again. The Elevate guys haven't. So maybe it's a little bit of rust here. It's okay, I'm playing on land, I need to make sure that I'm in an environment I'm happy with. There's just no angle for you to have that here though, because if you lose 2 games, you're gone. So every single game you play matters, including this BO1, which now, of course, we swap sides. We're seeing Jollies, yes, from Grim and Elise. That's what I like to be seeing on that CT side, looking to replicate what Elevate did on their round. But instead, they are just going to be bum rushing it down mid. There's 4 faces. Grim looking to be able to get tons of damage down range, but no, Peeping trades it back. And Elise is okay, that's a little bit too many bodies for me, even with 2 pistols in hand. Going to be waiting for at least 1 swing. There, does get spotted out. Horzerg going to be able to take him down out of the round already. And it slows down ever so slightly until JT just pushes himself down ramp, looking for that kill onto Snav. More ground gained inside of Cubby right now. God, the round is just not stopping, is it? They're just going to continue pushing through T-spawn. JT needs to come up massive here with the backup. Oh, here he is. The Jollies from Elige takes down 1 as well. Looks for the final. Oh, sorry, the final one there at least. Peeping inside of spawn. They know he's there. What's he going to be able to do with this P250? I mean, 1 tap's possible, but not to be the case. Bomb certainly lost. He's looking for consolations.
I don't think he's going to be given them. Being held and being found. Lovely, lovely work. Floppy at the tail end there, just making things secure. And Complexity kickstart the way they finished that first half electrically. Really good pistol. I like the aggression as well. Something that they were a little bit shy of doing on their T side. They only actually popped in towards mid once on that T side, but out the gate in the pistol, getting a lot of control through elbow. The dualies going for fights early doors, but the big thing there is not actually the fights that come through, it's the bomb being spotted and then Herd rotating over towards doors. That's where JT single-handedly can stop that round from happening. Really nicely done. Complexity very immediately setting the tone in towards this one. Molotov will tick on towards the pistols there, so the known quantity in towards shelf. JT wants to get a little frisky. Goes for a peek, gets information, drops a smoke. Simply done.
That's all you need. 3 checkboxes ticked, sorted. Needs to be cautious about anyone pushing through it though. It's not a complete wall. Only blocks your vision. Wait for it to fade, only about 5 seconds remaining on it. JT, one through the smoke. Yeah, really nice find onto MBG. They are going to fall back off of that now, though. They don't want to be... Oh, no, they're not. They were just recollecting themselves, and JT should be good for a couple there. There's one, there's two. Unfortunately, not the third there for him. Dare is going to be able to pick up that MP9. 7 bullets remaining. Not going to be enough for him to be able to find a kill, most likely, but he's because about anybody lurking. And as we can see, Grim looking to get aggressive. Very, very close to him. Just on top lane. Can they make it as clean as possible? Only losing one would be fantastic for them. Dare almost doesn't want to reveal himself. Doesn't want to reload. Give it up. Here comes the punch. Both sides. Yeah. Wrong angle chosen, unfortunately. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Who's going to be able to close it up? Double digits now for complexity. Yeah,
it was a known quantity, though. They knew he was. They had one guy playing out towards ramp, and Halsey playing one end of cave, and Grim playing the other. He was known from the get-go, and they just waited until he, well, ran out of time, ran out of confidence, and that'll be that. So, getting towards the tail end now, Elevate really have faded a little bit, and complexity, they don't even really need to upgrade all that much. You can still play with the double MP9s, can play those up close. Grim's be doing a lot of decent work coming up through Shelf, and Halsey sort of happy to play anyway. He's playing a lot of these flex rolls on Ancient.
Ooh, Elish.
Elish gonna go up aggro here. One spot heard close as well because of that Molotov, and he'll spam himself down. Good work. Swing gonna come through from JT as well to make it a double. MBG gets dropped, and immediately the rotate is being heard. That's the bomb. Force Snav back into the cubby. It's a 3v5 in a matter of mere moments. Opening 15 seconds, and it looks like Elevate might have lost the round already.
Complexity want an early day. They want to go back to the hotel. It's like, guys, come on. 3 more rounds. Let's just secure these ones. Let's just push them, get over and done with, close this one out. Might even begin pushing towards double doors, but that might be a little bit too bold for them. Smoke soon to fade for peeping. Not going to be able to spot anyone straight away. But, like, they're just set up super defensively here. Like, what is this doing for Elevate right now? Yes, they're blocked in, but you need to try and make an approach somewhere. And the fact that they're still positioning themselves towards double doors, knowing that there's enemies there, I respect the attempt, but I don't know if it's going to work out in your favor, especially when Snav gets completely bodied. Floppy there for one also, and Dare with the glass cannon AWP. Only good for 1 kill so far. Might even go shotgun here, but jumps the wrong way, and Ali's going to be able to take him down. 2 rounds remaining for Complexity to close this out and go 1-0.
Yeah, they will scoop up at AWP as well. I was going to say, sometimes we did actually see them do it on the T side, where they actually kept hold of the rifles, bar the AWP, and because, you know, realistically, a lot of these fights are up close and personal. Nicely done. Ali, he heard the tick of the Molotov, he swings onto it. JT will then get the second as well. Another swing coming through. And simple and effective. Yeah, a little bit tilting there. You can see what it means to Shane. This game has not got a lot of legs behind it. He's going to be a half bite coming through for Elevate. They do have lost bonus, but priority is buying for the next. So it looks like a pop going to come through towards B if they're given the chance. But JT's got the ideas. Nate comes over. Dare gets dropped in a matter of mere moments.
Oh, JT.
And JT's going to swing behind the smoke. They'll spot everything. Floppy makes it 1. He'll fall back for the reload. MBG given the space, but JT going to get up close as well as Peeping gets dropped. Lining up bodies and JT dropping them down. Shane is all that's left, and Shane is no longer to be seen 6 feet under. Complexity, map, and series points.
Yeah, this is looking almost guaranteed at this point. I mean, the T side of Elevate, they just haven't shown up as of yet. This is very clearly Complexity's ball game right now. I mean, this will look clean, collected. CT side haven't really been tested either. The fact that they're able to find these kills before they've even, well, shown face, nades, just timings. Like, they've clearly done their homework on how Elevate like to play this one. Alternatively, they are just playing their own game and just being like, yeah, we don't care. We know the skills behind us, and we can just continue pushing it. Dare, once again, AWP in hand. No one to find as of yet. Shane taken out of the server. MBG there, good for the trade. JT looking to leave from the front here with another frag. Nate goes in, gone to the wrong side. Snap, soon to be swinging, spots him out. Oh, nice little tap there from MBG. It's about to bring it just a little bit more level.
Instinctive, you would say, from MBG there on that corner. Will make this a doable round for Elevate.
Did they hear Grim on the jump?
Might have heard the scrunch of the trousers. He's going to get up close. Might get one, he will. MBG gets dropped, that'll level things. Grim now needs to work out where the rest of the team are grouping up. Because right idea, but he'll fluff his lines. Snav going to drop him, and that leaves Floppy now isolated on an island. Molotov comes down. Floppy will avoid. And Holzerk in a bit of no man's land, holding through Red Room. Peeping could creep up on him as he tunnel visioned in. And Peeping's now actually given all of this control, wrapping it through. Snap will catch Floppy. Holzerk responds to one of his own, and a 1v2. What has he got in the locker here? It's not easy. Retake over an AWP, and Dare's going to drop him down. Elevate, stay alive.
Still in this one. Certainly one that's going to be needed as well. The buy is certainly not the best for them. Still gives them the opportunity to be able to do some damage. Can they claw this one back? Can they take us to 1v2? It's a lot of rounds to find before we even get to that point. It's a number of individual frags, like left, right, and center. It was a lot of just like 1v1s, out aiming each other, and instead of it being like dedicated team play, I think the closest thing we had was when MBG and Snab both swung at the same time, and MBG was like, oh, I just one-tapped it. Don't worry about it. JT looking to pull the same fate from Snab and MBG again, but this time he's ready and waiting for them. Takes down one. MBG there, good for the trade. Inside of mid, Holzerk hasn't had too much of an impact in this half as of yet, but realistically, he hasn't needed to. The rest of Complexity have been picking up the pieces. 4 versus 4. Health advantage going towards Elevate right now. With a couple of tagged up players. Some util to play around with as well. Looking like this B bomb site is there to completely explode on. The Liege. Oh, this is a super long lurk. If they're going all the way around onto this B bomb site, got to start hot-footing it. Here comes the execute though.
I get a lot of info here. Of course, the bomb now goes down. But minutes to work with. A nice early plan as well. It's going to put the pressure on Complexity. Hitting the smoke around the corner. Also, I'm going to respect that they might actually be calling for a save. Nice and early.
Yeah.
Smoke's coming through in towards CT. The flank's so far away. And unfortunately, they call it. If that bomb had waited another maybe 10, 15 seconds to go down, that flank probably would have had more than enough time to build up something. But Elevate, we're seeing something. We're at least getting a little bit out of this T side, yeah. The conversation about a comeback, the conversation about pushing this towards an OT.
It's early.
It's not impossible, technically speaking, but it's highly, highly improbable. But one hiccup, one mistake in Complexity, every inch they'll take it a mile.
By the absolute definition of there are 6 rounds left to play, a comeback is possible. Yeah, I mean, Complexity, it was a right call there. Their econ wasn't fantastic. Building that up on the CT side as well is certainly not the easiest thing to do, but saving for these 4 weapons, one of them being an AWP as well for Holzerk, who we know can be incredibly impactful, especially on this map if history is anything to tell us that. This allows another buy for them. It gives them the opportunity to close out this game here and now. Complexity 12, Elevate 6. Round underway, and once again strongly positioning themselves over towards that B bomb site, but a little bit delayed inside of mid Elevate. Not going to be getting that mid control, and Elite is going to be able to punish it. Oh, okay, he's looking to close this one out. Takes down 3, Dare, Shane, MBG, goodbye. Grim taking now Peeping, and well, by definition there was 6 rounds, and there goes 6 rounds. It's 13 to Complexity, and they close out the best of ones. Back to the hotel for an early night for them. Yeah, and we said all it is going to take is one hiccup, one mistake to come through from Elevate, and they'll close things out, and they did. A dominant performance coming through. Smiles around for Complexity. The favourites here are one of in